Dollarization and de-dollarization. It seems that today the US dollar is undergoing the third phase of its evolution in the global environment. Bespeak the insight you need. In this episode, we'll take a closer look at what exactly is happening to this global currency and what are the real reasons behind it. Entering 2023, de-dollarization is gaining momentum. In January, Brazil and Argentina, the two biggest economies in South America, announced that they have been preparing for a common currency called the SUR. At the end of March, Brazil signed an agreement with China about the use of local currencies for bilateral trade. Meanwhile, Malaysia recently agreed to trade with India with the Indian rupee. The country's prime minister also reproposed the idea to establish an Asian monetary fund, saying that China was open to discussing plans to revive a structure that would reduce dependency on the US dollar. Examples showing a growing trend of de-dollarization are not only seen in the developing economies. A historical moment was witnessed this March when France Total Energies, the world's fourth largest oil company, completed the first yuan-settled LNG trade with one of China's state oil companies. Recently, former US President Donald Trump posted on his Truth social media platform, saying, quote-unquote, China is trying to displace the US dollar as the #1 currency throughout the world. This is not the truth, Mr. Trump. According to SWIFT's most recent report, the Chinese yuan retained the 5th most active currency for global payments by value, with a share of 2.19%. Correspondingly, the US dollar was 41.1%. The euro was 36.43%, the pound was 6.58%, and the Japanese yen was 2.98%. And according to some statistics, more than 60 countries have adopted various measures of de-dollarization. What hurts the US currency's global position is actually the weaponized dollar itself. US policymakers hiked rates 9 times consecutively from March last year. According to the UN Conference on Trade Development, it is estimated that each percentage point increase in the Fed's push to hike interest rates would lower the economic output of other rich countries by 0.5% and in less developed countries by 0.8% over the next 3 years. That is because a strong dollar makes it more expensive for other countries to import essential goods like food and fuel. And the more important reason for these countries' initiatives of de-dollarization is the fear that US could someday use the power of US currency to target them the way it has sanctioned Russia. Actually, earlier, an IMF top official has warned of a decrease in the US currency's dominance in global market after imposing sanctions on Russia. If the dollar becomes a seriously dangerous weapon to threaten a country's survival, how can one still choose to use it?